From the demented mind that brought you Mercenaries and The Man Who Cares Too Much comes the latest from writer Justin. That's me.
How are things going today, Lindsay?
Things are great. I'm just riding the waves of success from Mean Girls and Herbie, and now I've got this new agent that says he's going to put me in a really cool horror movie called I Know Who Killed Me. I think it's going to be really good.
It's the story that no one working in Hollywood wants to see.
What about you, Paul? It seems your career's going really strong since Sideways and Cinderella Man. What's next on your plate?
It's funny you should mention, because I also signed up with a new guy who's going to team up with me and Jennifer Connelly. The guy who directed The Sixth Sense. I've got good feelings.
And how are we doing here? Would you guys care for more drinks?
How about a bottle of Merlot?
Not going to say it.
Sometimes the people who you depend on can kill your career.
Well, hey, look who it is. It's Mr. Success, Will Smith.
Woo!
Wait, you're saying you've got a new agent too, and he's going to put you in a movie with the guy from The Sixth Sense as well? That can't be a coincidence.
He's an agent with death on his mind. He won't kill you or your family, just your chances of never making it into the Razzies.
Oh my God, I Know Who Killed Me won 8 Razzie Awards, including Worst Actress. I'm the worst, and I know whose fault it is. I know who my agent is.
He's ruined all our careers. We've got to warn Adam Sandler that he'll ruin his career too. Woo!
Oh, Adam Sandler's ruined his own career just fine.
I know who my agent is. You're the talent and the target.
I will not drink the Merlot. Shit, damn it.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. I've got Sam and I've got Jackie here, and we're all ready to talk about some bad damn movies.
Bad damn movies.
Damn bad. Bad damn movies. Jackie just ruined like $600 in microphones by being a butthole.
Well, you know, if you got it, flaunt it.
Wrecker of things.
Record of buttholes.
Ew.
Ew.
Never mind.
We're going to talk about that later.
That came out weird. Sorry.
I don't think we will.
This is a Lindsey Lohan movie.
No, that's true. So I've got some big news, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have not even heard this big news, but Jackie's got bigger news first, I guess.
You're having a baby?
No, I'm not having a baby. Stinker Madness has joined the Wicked Radio Network.
I didn't know this. This is news to me.
Yeah,
This
it's news to
I
me
told
too.
you guys it's news to you.
Oh, fuck.
It's fucking news,
Is
man.
this awesome or what?
It is good news. The Wicked Radio Network is a very strong podcasting network with a bevy of very fine podcasts, such as The Damcast, which I've listened to quite a few times. It's pretty good.
Cognac.
The Beaver Exhibit, which is maybe the funniest two guys sitting around bullshitting about
whatever.
everything, mostly sports podcast that there is. And one of the most popular podcasts that I know of is Couple Things, which is where two couples get together and just talk about couple things. Things that couples might experience in their lives and have questions about. So we are now we have been invited and accepted, and we're the first movie review podcast that's a part of it. So they're very excited, and we're very excited.
Is this episode going to be on that?
Well, all of our episodes will be on that.
Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't do any research for this one.
Oh no. All those racist jokes we've told, we're going to be labeled.
What do you mean you didn't do any research? You have no boring bullshit?
I do. I just made all of it up because it's about Lindsey Lohan.
Dude, if we're going based off the tabloids, this is going to be the best boring bullshit you've ever talked about.
I mean, I feel that I have license to do what I have done.
Yeah,
but this is not a good example of what I am capable of research wise.
So, as part of our first episode with the Wicked Radio Network, I would like to say for our current listeners, go ahead and visit wickedradionetwork.com and check out the other podcasts. It's actually maybe the nicest website for podcast listeners that I've ever seen.
Even nicer than stinkermadness.com?
No, nothing's nicer than stinkermadness.com. But if for podcasting network, it's pretty tip-top.
All right.
So we're going to give give our new listeners a little preview. So what we do is every week one of us picks a bad movie, we go in rotation, and then we review that movie. But before that, we have what you're listening to is what we call the Point 5 or the Prelude episode, where first we start out with a silly commercial, the parody commercial of something that we've made up.
Generally pertaining to the film.
Generally pertaining of the film. We also do streaming movie reviews. There are streaming do's and don'ts where we take a movie that's currently streaming and available for free, basically, on Netflix or YouTube or sometimes Amazon Prime, but not very often. Then we play a game called Good Neighbor, Bad Neighbor, where we decide who in the movies would be a good neighbor or a bad neighbor that you would actually want to or not want to live next to. Then Sam goes through his trivia and important facts about the upcoming film. This week's film will be I Know Who Killed Me, starring Lindsey Lohan.
It's a Jackie pick.
It is Jackie's pick. So.
I haven't seen it, so I'm taking a chance.
Yeah, we're rolling the dice hard.
I don't know if it's much of a chance.
Well, we know it stinks. We just don't know if it's going to be any fun.
You know, I think this is a very significant film, as I'll get to later.
All right.
I did some research.
Let's move in to the streaming do's and don'ts. We've got a big week here.
We need to disclaim that all this is done while drinking alcohol.
That's how all podcasting's done.
Oh, wow.
No,
we
we
were
do
special.
this shit straight up sometimes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, on pot.
Usually
What? No.
And lewds.
the main episodes are almost always straight up.
I am on lewds every time.
Okay, well, lewds don't count.
Sometimes I take the lewds and then I just go and rape the shit out of myself. I'm passed out while raping myself. It's really weird. I don't know if it's legal, but I like it.
That's all you got to do is fall asleep on your finger in your butt. And that counts because you're sleeping, you got your finger in your butt, so it's the whole thing.
The true meaning of double dipping.
Covering your bases.
Streaming do's and don'ts this week. We're going to start out with a major one. This was a success. This is a future episode of Sinker Madness. And after viewing it twice, I'm not going to say that I didn't love this movie enough to put it in my Hall of Fame. Cue The Winged Serpent on YouTube. Starring David Carradine and Richard Roundtree.
This shit. Larry Cohen should be mentioned because this is a Larry Cohen film.
It's a Larry Cohen film.
Larry Cohen did Black Caesar with Fred Williamson and its subsequent sequel.
The It's Alive movies.
The subsequent sequel, Hell Up in Harlem, which everybody says Black Caesar's the one. Hell Up in Harlem is the one. Hell Up in Harlem is awesome.
Yeah, this is quite the film. Michael Moriarty is also in this. He plays
I guess he's the star.
Prime nutsack.
He plays a prime nutsack. This is the only time that Larry Cohen ever got anything close to a budget, and it wasn't enough.
I loved this movie.
Oh, it was amazing.
I lost my shit during this shit. It is so ridiculous and silly and cheesy, and the effects are god-awful. And it's two men fighting a Tootsie Roll that's a flying monster that happens to be... Q stands for Quizziquotl. Just a spoiler alert, listener. It's the flying demon monster from Mexico history.
The feathered beast that has no feathers.
No feathers. It's a Tootsie Roll.
None.
With wings.
I did not watch this movie.
And it lives in the Chrysler building.
It lives in the Chrysler building.
And has a baby that... who's the father? Who's the father of Q's baby?
Well, they're asexual flying beasts.
I don't know about that.
What do you know about?
Absolutely jack shit.
Yeah, well, who knows?
This movie was amazing, though. It has got everything.
It does.
Silly, awful effects, bad acting, one-liners, over-the-top action, gore that's like, oh my god, you just laugh at it. You cannot stop laughing at this movie.
It's got one of its strengths is that it's Carradine at the finest point that you want to see him. It's right when Carradine is in the middle of destroying his own mediocre career.
Maybe like 3 years after Death Race 2000.
He's like almost something, and then he's made himself not something by just getting all coked out and being a weirdo.
It's so silly. The whole fucking movie is so silly. I absolutely loved it. A total do. 2 thumbs up do.
Oh, 2 thumbs up, do it.
It's on YouTube right now. Moving on to a movie that Jackie and I watched called The Invitation, starring Lance Henriksen.
Oh,
that is
Lance.
on Netflix.
Lance Henriksen from every movie in Stinker Madness.
Yeah, it's like a 2002 movie starring him and nobody else, and he plays like
An eccentric weirdo.
An eccentric guru journeyed man. I've been all over the earth and I've seen lots of things, and so I know what to do and how to do it, and I had an experience that I want to tell you about, and so I've invited you all out to my lake house where we'll have dinner, and by the way, I've poisoned you.
So
I
it's
have
that
now
same-
officially given you peyote.
It's that same shit that Niles Crane from Frasier.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guest.
The guest, yeah.
What's it called, the guest?
No, it was called
The dinner guest.
The host.
The
Oh, the
host.
host. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically that, but that movie was much better than this one. This shit stunk.
I don't know. The one with Niles wasn't very good.
No, I mean, like, whoa.
Whoa.
This is really, really, like, not room bad, but
Real bad.
borderline room bad. The acting was awful.
So the bottom line of this movie is he does all of this so that he can reveal that he is this guy's biological father.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. And
It doesn't matter to anything.
it doesn't matter to anybody.
even gives
Nobody
a
fucking
shit.
cares. They all just get on the boat after it's over and they're like, oh, fuck
I will
this.
also give a spoiler alert.
There's a boat deal.
There's a boat deal. I will give a spoiler alert that Lance Henriksen dies in this film from air. He just, like, he does the Luke Skywalker behind the hand, or the hands behind the head. I'm a cool guy. Everything's cool. And then he just dies.
Huh.
From nothing.
So
it
it's
stinks.
even worse than the death at the end of Black Rainbow,
Yes.
which is difficult.
I will say that I enjoyed this film more than I enjoyed Sasquatch, but I think that this very well may be Lance Henriksen's worst movie.
Okay.
It's awful.
That's
I
tough.
thought that it was.
That's low praise.
Yeah, well,
Lance Henriksen's been in some bad movies.
yeah, this one really is really bad.
I thought the storyline was entertaining enough, but the acting was really poor and the cuts on things were just kind of weird. So I was like, forget it.
Yeah, we got it through it. I'll give us that. We got through it.
God through it.
They are remaking it though.
Oh, good.
It was good enough for a remake coming out this year.
See,
Oh,
and that's what
boy.
I'm saying. It had its merits. It just wasn't done very well.
I can't find anything to merit that film of. It stunk. It was awful.
Whatever.
I'm going to give it a do not.
I'm going to give it a do.
Okay.
I didn't watch it.
You did watch this one, Sam. Curtains. That's currently on YouTube.
This is tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
Yeah, this is tough.
I'll disclaim that I fell asleep for about 15 minutes in this movie.
Huh.
During apparently the best part.
I don't know if it was.
It's a horror movie from the 80s. Low budget.
So this is in its early 80s. It's 83, I think, something like that.
It's kind of similar premise to The Invitation, where it's like, I'm going to invite you guys all out to my house, and then off you one by one.
Curtains has some really good makeup and special effects. Like the blood and the gore is really nice,
It's
and
a little orangey.
it works.
Yeah.
I think that everything works. I just don't think that it was very... Like, everything that they tried to do, they accomplished. They just didn't try to do anything that was interesting.
Yeah, it was really humdrum.
And it's difficult because I can't really say don't do it because of how well they did what minimal task they set out to do.
I think you can do it, but you got to have a solid core group of people to riff this on.
I have
It wasn't good enough for
reason
us to riff on.
why I will say do it.
We
And
weren't good enough to riff on it.
This
well
is-
enough that I enjoyed it.
really in that, like, well-made slasher, like the early slasher films.
Mhm.
And this is actually very well... people think very fondly of this movie. I don't know why. It's very
I'm not
boring.
one of them.
I'm not one of them, but do it if you like slashers, because this is one of the early slashers that people like it. I don't.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It's boring.
I
I'm
didn't
going to
watch
give it a
it.
do not. No, you didn't. However, we did see all of us saw this one. Mad Foxes on YouTube.
This movie was so awesome.
A Spanish, believe it or not, Roman, our good friend Roman, was wrong about who made this film. It was the Spaniards.
What's interesting, though, they would... I mean, it had to be... I guess the swastika maybe in Spain is... It was obvious that whenever they were outside, they did not have the swastikas. Whenever they were inside, they had the swastikas.
Probably not kosher to go wandering around the streets
Anytime.
wearing a swastika in Europe.
Ever.
In the 80s, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a exploitation film. Very, very exploitive.
Wieners.
Oh, yeah, there was so much dong in this movie. Flopping around. This guy's running. His dick is just bouncing up and down.
There was a one scene with the guy on the toilet. There's just cock on screen for like 4 seconds of a man sitting on his toilet with his cock out. And you're just like close up, toilet, and dong.
Yep. And then it blows up.
There's also plenty of chests. Plenty of chests.
And a Neufeld Corvette.
And
A lot of weird sex.
sex scene in a pee-pee tub.
Yeah, a bathtub that looked like it was full of pee.
There's a lot of questions.
My primary question is, did I like this movie? I don't think I did.
I think
It's got it all, but I don't think I enjoyed
that,
it.
You know, we watched a movie right before that was Italian. That the English track didn't detract from the story. I felt that the English track, this should have been viewed with subtitles. I think that the stuff that was goofy was just bad, and that they would have been truly maniacal German acting, and that would have, I think,
Except
really
for
pushed it over the top.
They were all Spanish.
Well, whatever the original language was, that acting would have came across.
Spanish.
Whatever it was, it would have came across better than the hi.
Yeah, but the whole movie is goofy as shit.
It is goofy as shit, but I think that there was general levels of mania that were missed entirely. I think that the voice track changed it.
So it's a story, it's an exploitation film of a man who is basically one of the biggest dirtball protagonists that I have ever seen. He's a real son of a bitch.
He's a
this
cad.
one. Yeah, he's a cad.
I wanted him to die.
He is not likable in the least, other than his fucking wild-ass Corvette. But he's banging everybody in town. His first girlfriend, he takes her out and gets real drunk, meets some Nazi bikers along the way, and kills one of them. But it was kind of their fault for getting killed, and then they fuck his shit up and rape his 18-year-old girlfriend, who's actually not his girlfriend, just some bimp that he's out about town with, ruining her life.
He was gonna do what they did to her himself.
Yeah, exactly.
With vodka.
Right.
And they beat him to it.
Yeah.
And then he just lost all interest.
He's gone. He's done. So his revenge tactic is to
Get all of his karate friends
his
killed.
karate friends killed by invading the Nazi encampment and chopping their leader's wiener off and then stuffing it in his mouth. And then, so their revenge tactic is to, what do they do after that? Oh, they chase him around town.
No, they go to the dojo and they shoot them all down.
Oh, yeah, they shoot all the karate guys.
We don't have to recap the entire movie for
It's
the do's and don'ts.
Essentially, it's nanners. The
It's-
whole
it's
idea is nanners,
crazy
and it sounds
business.
awesome on paper. I just don't know if I liked it.
really liked it. I'm going to watch it again in German or Spanish or whatever the hell its native language was. And I think it might... I just want to see if it's better. But I did talk to Roman at lunch today, and he said that there seems to be some threads on the internet talking about when the film was made. Originally, it ends on the stairs. And
It should have ended on the stairs.
the reason that they bring the actual ending is because that man, that remorseless cocksucker, can't live because of everything that happens.
No, fuck that, man.
So it ends on the stairs,
Oh, yeah,
and that
it ends
is
on
just
the
like a
stairs.
wild
No, it
weekend in
doesn't.
whatever Eurotrash country that is, and that is a fucking. Let's say that ends in the stairs, and those, instead of that goofy voice track, those are genuine levels of mania. That shit is amazing.
I think that I would have really liked it a lot more if it ended on the stairs, but it doesn't, and so I don't think I liked it. But I'm going to give it a do anyway.
It's a major do.
because it's crazy.
I really liked it. I'd say do.
Cool. All right. Well, that's 3 do's on that. Jackie, tell us your good neighbor, bad neighbors.
My first good neighbor, bad neighbor is Gus Gus, the little fat mouse
Get on the bus.
from Disney's Cinderella.
Oh, Gus Gus.
Fuck.
Gus Gus.
Well, I don't like living with mice, but I can't kill animals.
Yeah.
So I guess.
I don't remember Gus Gus, so I just can't play.
Oh, man.
If you were
well,
to
he's
say
a mouse.
good neighbor, bad
He's a fat
neighbor,
mouse.
He's a fat mouse.
do's and don'ts, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, I would say do. She's hat.
How about just a mouse? He's a fat mouse. That's all you need to know. Whether he's charming or not, he's still a
I
fat
will
mouse.
infer that
And he's
a-
your neighbor,
He's adorable.
which means he lives in your house.
But he's a mouse.
He's a mouse.
bad neighbor. What about Rostov?
Oh, Rostov the mouse. We had, for fans not of, well, For
Fans not
new
of mice.
of Stinker Madness, Jackie and I lived with a mouse for about 6 months, and we named him Rostov after the classic film Invasion USA, starring Chuck Norris, because that little bastard could not be killed.
That's right.
Gus Gus. I'm going to say good neighbor because you know what? It's a little bit of an excitement to have a mouse in your house. Like, I kind of enjoyed my time trying to chase after that goddamn mouse. I felt really bad when I killed him because I realized I don't have an arch nemesis anymore.
You just killed your enemy and your best friend.
He was
Rostov the mouse.
I was Batman and he was my Joker, and I needed him and I killed him, and now I have nothing.
You became him. You are now vermin.
I love the shit out of some cheese and crackers that are laying around the floor.
But thank God you're not pooping on the countertops.
So I'm going to give him a good neighbor, Jackie.
I'm giving him a good neighbor. He could sew and he could do some cleaning and stuff. He was pretty helpful.
Yeah, I just
He
got
probably
bumped up.
had some good advice.
No, he was an idiot.
Oh,
But he could
bad
do-
neighbor.
He could
He
do
was an
the,
idiot.
but he was nice, but he could do the menial chores that you don't want to do,
Huh. Well, whatever.
like clean toilets.
Next.
By getting flushed,
Yes.
his fur just rubs around as he swirls down the toilet.
Sparkling.
Oh, Gus Gus, you made a mess.
Oh.
My next one is Catwoman, but not just any Catwoman.
Eartha Kitt?
Halle Berry.
Oh, she's
damn it. The worst, awful, terrible neighbor.
Well,
I'm going
so-
good neighbor. She's quiet. She
Okay.
wants it to be quiet, and she takes care of those buttholes
Now,
across
you
the street.
said
Uh-huh.
Catwoman.
You didn't say Halle
Halle
Berry
Berry
before she becomes
before.
Catwoman.
Who was a good neighbor. When she becomes Catwoman, she becomes an extraordinarily bad
Awful.
neighbor.
Awful neighbor.
Why? She shuts those buttholes up across the street.
Yeah, but she would also shut your shit up.
She'd shut every shit up.
She shuts the shit up.
She would probably jam a pencil up your ass if you looked at her the wrong way.
Here's the problem with living next to Catwoman, is you are also confused on what floor you live on.
Yeah, you don't even know what floor you live on. And you live next door to a bucket of sass and leather pants. No, thank you.
No, thank you. I don't even want to live in the same town as Halle Berry's Catwoman. I'm embarrassed to live in the same universe as Halle Berry's Catwoman. She sucked.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Bad neighbor.
Bad neighbor. And my very last one, a blast from my past. Teela from He-Man.
Teela.
Teela's a good
Man-at-Arms
neighbor.
daughter.
You give me the sorceress. I don't think there's a fucking question. Teela, though.
The question was, I'm tired of listening to you.
That's not the
That's
sorceress.
Chitara.
Yeah, that's Chitara,
I'm
man.
like, what the hell is that?
Well, she's stupid too. You couldn't listen to her, but the sorceress is always fucking going off on bullshit that nobody cares about and prophecy and everything. Teela shows up, looks hot, always helpful, usually
She is helpful.
capable, and all she wants is a little dong, and He-Man was gay, cannot give it to her. So if you're a heterosexual male, Teela might be the best neighbor ever.
She is a future probably good neighbor and bad neighbor. She's He-Man's April O'Neil. What more do you want out of a helpful lady?
You can't get anything else.
You can't get anything else. Damn, that's a good one. Stamp, double stamp, triple stamp.
Good neighbor.
Good
Good
neighbor.
neighbor.
Sam, tell us about I Know Who Killed Me.
I Know Who Killed Me was made in 2007. The film was directed by Chris Sivertson.
Sure.
Sivertson. Sivertson. Not Silvertson. Sivertson.
Okay.
Sivertson.
All right.
Who co-directed the somewhat popular All Cheerleaders Must Die. It would seem Sivertson likes movie titles which are sentences.
That cheerleaders movie is on Netflix.
It is. It is currently streaming on Netflix.
Sivertson also directed a making of Toby Hooper's Toolbox Murders. I haven't seen any of this shit because it isn't my bag. This film held the record for most Razzies, winning 8 of 9.
8 of 9 Razzies.
Yes, supporting actress did not win.
Oh, who's the supporting actress?
Olivia... I didn't...
All right, some lady
I'll probably remember.
who
in a
doesn't
second.
suck as
Again.
bad as somebody else.
Because I only looked up one actor, and it was
But she was nominated.
Neil McDonough, who we'll talk about later for 2 seconds. Sandler's opus, Jack and Jill, broke the record held by this film. Jack and Jill went 10 for 10.
10 Razzies!
Subsequently, this film has gathered a cult following and has screened consistently since its
really?
completion.
No way.
Yeah, midnight movies and
Huh.
here and there's.
How about that?
Yeah, it has been compared to some of the seminal works of the psychological horror thriller genre. We will be tasked to find out whether or not it is. Sisters and Body Double by Brian De Palma, as well as the works of David Lynch, have been some of the favorable comparisons. The less than favorable comparisons would be other films that won that many Razzies, like Showgirls and Battlefield Earth, which this won more Razzies than.
I hate Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth is goddamn
It's-
terrible.
Yeah, it's unviewable.
The score by Joel McNeely has been universally praised. The McNeely-Tyson fight, as well as McNeely versus the pizza, have been universally panned.
I prefer the cheese crust.
McNeely
I would
lost
prefer
to
it
the
if somebody
pizza.
could get the cheese crust off of mud junk.
I just have to give every
It's
chance
cheesy.
for the world
there.
to remember McNeely versus the pizza.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You don't remember McNeely versus the
No,
pizza?
and I'm pretty sure nobody on the
Yeah,
internet does
right.
either.
Lindsey Lohan, right now for the first time in 8 years, is not on probation.
Right now?
Right now.
Wow, good for her, man.
I have little room to talk. We all know about the Lohan. For the first time in the history of Sam's boring bullshit, I will do no further research, at least as it pertains to Lindsey Lohan.
No, you did it with Charlie Sheen.
I am going to report rumors that I remember.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Not.
Okay.
Oh, so not actual facts.
This is just what I remember
Okay.
here. I heard these things.
Okay.
I heard she bangs dudes.
Yeah, I bet you she bangs dudes.
She was in a movie with Charlie Sheen once. She probably banged him.
Scary movie.
Yeah, 15,
5?
17
I
and
want
a
to
half.
say. Yeah, she probably banged him.
When she was on the set of Herbie the Love Bug, it was possibly reported by someone that I sort of remember that she developed tensions with Herbie because he found her sexual tendencies to be in excess of his German values.
Which is strong talk, because
Yeah.
Herbie likes to poo on some chests.
Yeah, there you go. I'm pretty sure I saw her box come out when she was either getting in of or getting out of a car.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you did.
Yeah, no, that happened. That's what I can confirm.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing box.
Yeah. All right.
Jamie Lee Curtis on the set of Freaky Friday had to tell her to stop bogarting the vodka.
She was.
I don't know if that actually happened.
Okay.
Remember, you gotta be
that
like,
one I'm going
this
to
is just-
kibosh. There's
wait,
no way.
this
dude.
is all
She was
crap.
like 14 years old, man.
Yeah, well, she likes the vodka.
Well,
start
she
early.
does. Doesn't mean she did.
When she dyed her hair blonde, I thought Hilary Duff got addicted to heroin and dogs. Remember when she dyed her hair blonde?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Lindsay, if you're out there, you can dispute any of these or other unmade claims by taking me out to dinner. I heard you like giving rim jobs. I will let you give me a rim job after dinner, but then I will kick you out because you're fucking gross and my butt is icky.
Wow.
If you don't give me a rim job, then you will pass the test and then be allowed to take me to dinner again. After 3 dinners, I will make sex to you, provided you have left me with a positive impression. If we get married, I will then let you give me a rim job. I won't talk to you for a week afterwards, but I will let you do it.
And then it will come full circle. Hey-oh, because it's a butthole.
It's icky. It's gross. I don't know who does that.
Wow, Sam, I think this is the worst wedding proposal I have ever heard in my life.
I think
This
it's
episode
amazing.
should just be called The Proposal.
Yeah.
Shay Astor, Leslie Cohen, Dan Walters, and Clint Johnson all got cut out of this movie. Cutting room floor. There are a cavalcade of people who made the cut. The only one worth mentioning, however, is Neil McDonough. It was Julia Ormond, I believe, that did not.
Oh, yeah, Julia Omar. Who's Neil McDonald?
He's the white-haired guy that's in everything. He was the cop that had to come after Tom Cruise in the Steven Spielberg sci-fi movie of the Philip K. Dick work.
Minority Report?
Yes. He's in Minority Report. He's the cop. He's in a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
You're the white-haired
He's Dum
guy.
Dum Dugan.
Yeah, Dum Dum Dugan.
Yeah. No, I love Neil McDonald.
Yeah, I mean, Neil McDonald's in this.
Great character
That's
actor.
why I was like, the only guy, like, because you look at, there's a lot of people in the movie, and you're like, oh, this guy shouldn't be in here if this is shit. I like this guy a lot. Neil McDonald's in here. So we got him. That's
Cool.
it.
All right. Well, we'll see how it works out. We'll let you know on Monday when we release our I Know Who Killed Me episode. In the meantime, as we all like to say,
And I just have to make, Because Lindsay has fallen on hard times.
And
maybe she wants to fall on this hard dick. Whoa! God
it.
damn, you gotta not. Oh.
You.
Worst proposal ever.
I could do worse.
Let's not try tonight.
Just wait till we do a movie that has Winona Ryder in it. Get ready.
Oh, no.
Maybe you guys should get married on a chopper. Get to the chopper. Thank you for listening to Stinker Madness. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoyed it and we'll come back to listen more. But now, we'd like to ask all of our listeners for a small favor. We aren't ranking as high as we'd like, and we need your help. Would you please take just a couple of minutes to rate and review us on your preferred listening platform, be it iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you can. It takes many hours each week to bring you this show, and just a couple seconds of your time is a huge help for us. And for those of you that have already done this, we say thank you.